Thank you to Bethesda for sponsoring this video and providing early access to their next generation role-playing game, Starfield. My lords, today I shall cover the key events in humanity's history in the Starfield timeline. We shall begin with humanity's first step on Mars in 2050, and we shall end where our story shall begin. 2050, humanity first sets foot on Mars and begins scientific operations with a goal to eventually colonize the planet. Within as little as 50 years, humans are living in space, with space habitats orbiting Earth, Mars, and several of Jupiter's and Saturn's moons. By 2156, humanity has ventured beyond our solar system. They arrive in Alpha Centauri, which is precisely 4.37 light-years away from Earth. In 2159, the United Colonies are established. The United Colonies are an idealistic spacefaring republic. They are commonly referred to as the UC. The UC is directed by a council called the Military, Administrative and Scientific Triumvirate, or MAST for short. Current notable individuals include President Alexandria Abello, Fleet Admiral Pascal Logan of the UC Navy, Commander Kibwe Ikandi, UC Systems Defense Force, Commander John Tallulah, UC Vanguard, Governor Glenn Hurst of Cydonia, and Commander Vincent Woodard, Cydonia Security Chief. It is also worth noting that citizenship in the United Colonies is not automatic. Citizenship status can be achieved by serving the UC in any official capacity, the UC Vanguard for example. Citizenship benefits include a credit reward, right to home ownership in New Atlantis, and discount in UC businesses. The UC has 3 member star systems in total: the New Atlantis colony in the Alpha Centauri system, various colonies across the Sol system. Cydonia, the now name for the Mars colony, is by far the most important, with Earth's status appearing unclear, and a number of outposts in the Wolf system. 2160, New Atlantis is founded and becomes the official capital of the United Colonies in 2161. New Atlantis is located on the planet Jemson in the Alpha Centauri system. Its inhabitants come from all races, creeds, and ethnicities. New Atlantis is also home to the Lodge, the headquarters of the exploration organization, the Constellation, but more on them later. Districts of New Atlantis include the Commercial District, the Residential District, the Mast District, the Well, and the Spaceport. New Atlantis also has a metro system called the New Atlantis Transit, or NAT for short, and this connects the various districts to the spaceport. 2167. The star system Cheyenne is settled by Solomon Coe, who founds its first settlement, Aquila City, on the planet Aquila. 2 of his notable descendants include Sam and Cora Coe, but we shall discuss them later. By 2188, Solomon Coe invites the inhabitants of the star system Volley to join Cheyenne in a new alliance named the Freestar Collective. The Freestar Collective is officially formed in 2189. In 2194, the United Colonies moves a star station called the Clinic into orbit around the planet Depala in the Narion system. The Narion system, although inhabited by humans, is not affiliated at this point to the UC or the Freestar Collective. The unaffiliated people of Narion see this as a UC attempt to expand their borders, and demand that the UC remove the station. When the UC refuses, the people of the Narion vote to join the Freestar Collective, who mobilize their military assets to protect the system in 2195. In 2196, and in response to Freestar mobilization and perceived aggression, the UC moves a fleet into the Narion system as well. Freestar responds in kind, and as such, the Narion War begins. The Narion War lasted approximately 20 years. By 2216, public sentiment had begun to sour on both sides. Thus, at the end of 2216, the Treaty of Narion was signed by the UC and Freestar Collective, effectively ending the conflict. The term Settled Systems was formalized in the treaty, and the term was formalized in order to appropriately designate the region of galaxy that humans inhabited. The Treaty of Narion stipulated that the United Colonies cede its claim over the Narion system and recognise Freestar control over it. It also limited the number of star systems that the UC and Freestar could control to only 3 apiece. The Freestar now controlled the Volley system, the Cheyenne system, and the Narion system. 2221. The Freestar Rangers are founded as an elite protective and investigative force dedicated to serving all citizens of the Freestar Collective. 2275. Constellation, a space exploration organisation, is formed by Sebastian Banks. The organisation is formed within UC territory on their capital city of New Atlantis in the Alpha Centauri system. Constellation is dedicated to answering the question, what's out there? Original members include Chloe Bao, an accomplished physicist, Aja Mamasa, the youngest member of the group, and Sebastian's protege, Darius Andoris, a botanist and specialist in xenoflora, Bernadette Laurent, wealthy heiress and adventurer, Everardo Gill, a former smuggler, and Kadari Tomer, biologist and physician. The lodge is built in New Atlantis and will serve the people of Constellation for generations to come. In 2305, Barrett, an adventurer, scientist, and explorer, joins Constellation. His deep fascination with the universe has fueled his travels all over the galaxy, and he is ever keen to continue his pursuit of knowledge and have new experiences. 2307. The Freestar Collective begins farming on the planet of Vesta in the Lunaris system. By 2308, the UC claims that by establishing a colony in a 4th star system, the Freestar Collective has violated the Treaty of Narion, which limited each faction to only 3 star systems each. Diplomatic talks break down and the UC lays siege to Vesta, killing anyone who stayed behind or was brought in to defend it. The Colony War officially begins. 2310. Constellation comes into possession of the first artifact. Artifacts are the fragments of an unknown device and have been created by an unidentified intelligent alien species at some point in the past. Artifacts appear to cause localized anomalies in gravity and can be found at various locations in the settled systems. Some worlds host large ruined sites that appear to be composed of the same alien technology. Constellation hides the artifact within their archives. 2311. After several years of conflict, the Colony War effectively comes to an end with the Battle of Cheyenne. A flotilla of military and civilian Freestar ships use hit-and-run tactics to destroy a number of the UC's major battleships, ending the battle in a decisive victory for Freestar. Following the battle, both sides agreed that the war should be brought to an end, leading to the ramification of the armistice, which has ushered in a new era of peace and cooperation between the two powers. Among the weapons used by both sides, the UC possesses a xeno-warfare division that deployed trained alien creatures in battle, while Freestar was highly proficient with mechs. Both of these were subsequently banned by the armistice. A monument to UC soldiers who died in the war was built in New Atlantis. 2315. The UC Vanguard was founded as part of a UC response to the Freestar Collective's use of civilian ships during the Colony War. The Vanguard was the UC's own civilian navy, relying on civilians using their own ships. 2319. Sarah Morgan, a character who you may become to know quite well, becomes the youngest head of the UC Navigator Corps. However, it's a short-lived position, and the division is shut down in 2320. Cast adrift but still eager to put her training to good use, Morgan decides to join Constellation, and she eventually becomes chair of the organisation. Interestingly, before graduating high school, she was the drummer of a rock band called the Ironic Comet. The band consisted of other students at her school. 2321. Walter Shroud, co-owner of Shroud Eklund, joins Constellation and becomes its primary financial backer. Shroud Eklund is a relatively new player in the ship manufacturing industry. After Walter Shroud married into the wealthy Eklund family, he established Shroud Eklund and grew it into a manufacturer of cutting-edge spacecraft, catching other manufacturers like Deimos and Taeo Astroneering by surprise, which forced them to play catch-up. As of 2330, Shroud Eklund no longer holds the competitive advantage it used to, but is still recognised as a leading manufacturer of quality ships and parts. Unfortunately, the reputation has also meant that Shroud Eklund's ships are a popular target for criminals, who often steal the parts to upgrade their own. 2322. Former Crimson Fleet pirate captain Vladimir Sul joins Constellation. The Crimson Fleet is not a single organised entity, but in fact a loose confederation of individual pirate captains, all organised under the same banner. For years the Crimson Fleet was considered a localised problem for the Freestar Collective, but in 2330 the pirates expanded far beyond the Crick system and established new footholds in Sagan, Cheyenne, Lunara and Narion. This caused the United Colonies to officially recognise the Crimson Fleet as a growing threat and commit to eliminating it. The Crimson Fleet's headquarters remain in the Crick system aboard the Key, an abandoned UC space station. Members of the Crimson Fleet can be identified by their use of the Jolly Roger, which was adopted as its emblem. Rumours are that members can never leave once they have joined. Death is the only way out. 2325. Sarah Morgan becomes the acting chair of Constellation. In 2326, she personally recruits the scientist Noel into the group. Noel will become Sarah's protege. She is a brilliant scientist in her own right, but prefers to support Constellation from the comfort of her lab. 2325 also heralds the arrival of theologian Matteo Katari. He remains committed to understanding humanity's place in the universe through studying relics of our ancient past. In 2326, Barrett discovers the original alien artifact in Constellation archives and knows it must be special. 2327, Sam Coe and his daughter Cora also join Constellation. They are both descendants of the legendary Solomon Coe, founder of the Freestar Collective. Sam is a former Freestar Ranger and has a strong sense of frontier justice. Sam believes that if helping someone means breaking the rules, so be it. Little is currently known about his daughter, Cora. 2328. Andrea, a keen astronomer and navigator, joins Constellation. She is rumoured to be a bit of a mystery to everyone. No one knows where she's coming from, or where she's going. 2328. Barrett convinces Constellation to purchase Star Station L868 and modify it to become a deep space scanner, nicknamed the Eye. A search for more alien artifacts begins. 2330. Our Starfield story begins. Thanks for watching, folks. If you enjoyed this and want me to cover more Starfield content, please let me know in the comments. And please note, Starfield is available now on Xbox Game Pass and PC. To get the Starfield Premium Edition, which includes the base game, the Shattered Space Story expansion, the Constellation Skin Pack, and access to Starfield's digital art book and original soundtrack, you can check out my link in the description.